Hello friends. Recently I discovered in the archives an old video that was never published. It is one of the Omegaman and Andy series.
It was never finished, I think, because the software no longer offered my lovely Australian female voice. For those who do not know, I am a real person, just as Omegaman is, and these stories are based in part on actual conversations. We just have a little fun with them.
I thought I would go ahead with the release of Omegaman and Andy, the lost episode. I apologize for the weird voice Andy has in this video, but it was the best I could do.
Now we will begin the original story.
Hello Andy, thank you for meeting me here.
You are welcome, Omegaman, but why are we here behind the bank?
Simple, I want to withdraw my money.
It is night, the bank is not open, and I don't see a teller machine here. In any case, that does not explain why you need me.
I want you to stand guard for me.
Stand guard? You are not planning on stealing the money, are you?
No, I am a law-abiding citizen. I only want to get my money out. If I only take my money, it is not stealing. I am closing my account.
Well, you are still perpetrating a burglary.
A burglary is entering a structure with the intent to commit a felony. Since I am only removing my money, there's no evil intent, and no felony.
Well, then it is at least trespassing.
Well, I have that figured out too. I bought one share of stock in this bank. I bought it on eBay really cheap, since the bank is about to go under like most banks are here. That means that I am a part owner, therefore, it is my property and there is no trespassing.
I have to admit, Omegaman, sometimes your thinking is truly
remarkable.
Confused. If you are not doing something wrong, then why am I standing guard?
Well, that is just in case the police happen by, they might suspect me of doing something illegal. After all, look at how much trouble I am already going through just to explain this to you. I just need you to assure them that everything is okay and tell them they can go on their way.
What makes you think they will believe me?
Oh, I don't think they will believe you. I don't think they will even understand you.
If they don't understand me, how will I be able to convince them?
Andy, you are making things too complicated. If the police come, they will ask questions, you will answer them, and they will look at each other with raised eyebrows. They will probably ask something else, and you can answer them again, but because you do not speak English, they will just look at each other again, while they try to figure out what to do.
Of course I speak English. I just don't speak much American. You Yanks are the ones needing English lessons.
Well, it does not matter. They still won't be able to understand you. All of this takes time, and they will begin to get impatient. Then there is the matter of your outfit. They will think that either you have escaped from a mental institution, or are a PETA activist, or perhaps a professional wrestler from Mexico, and they probably won't want to deal with any of those. They will reason that by the time they can sort it all out, they would miss their donut run. That, coupled with the paperwork that they will have to do, will discourage them from further inquiry.
Well, okay, but that is all I will do. Just stand here and talk to the police if they come. Why don't you just make a withdrawal like a normal person would?
I tried, but they would not give me the money. I called on the phone and said I want to close my account. Please send a check. I told them I did not want to do business with them any longer.
Why don't you want to do business with them anymore?
Well, they're giving credit to illegal immigrants and I don't think it's right. We are a sovereign nation, built upon a system of laws. Any institution that wants to help people break the law, I am choosing not to support. The lady on the phone said, "We don't want to see you go, but I'll help you close the account." "What is your account number?" I gave her my account number. She said, "For security purposes, can you please give me your social security number?" I told her no. She said, "I'll need verification of who you are."
That seems reasonable.
She is just doing her job, I suppose, but I do not like red tape. Why do I need to give you my social security number? I said. I'm closing my account because your bank is issuing credit cards to illegal immigrants who don't have social security numbers. You're making exceptions for them because you want their business. If you want my business, you should bend the rules for me as well. Let's say I'm an illegal immigrant and you've given me a credit card. I have a question about it on call. You wouldn't ask me for the number, would you? No, sir, I wouldn't, she said. Why not? I asked. She said, because you would have pressed 2 to speak in Spanish. We don't ask for that on the Spanish line. So you see, I am doing the only reasonable action.
Yes, I sure can see that. Why do you hate foreigners so much?
I don't hate foreigners. I am all for immigration. I just do not like people breaking laws, and I do not like businesses that make it easy for others to break laws.
Well, if you just opened your borders, they wouldn't have to break the law to come to your country.
True, but making something legal encourages that behavior. We could empty our jails. If we just got rid of laws, then no one would be a criminal. We would be a crime-free society.
Now you are just being silly.
I don't disagree.
Seriously, why don't you just open up your borders?
We already have an immigration program. People can come here from other countries. They just have to follow the system.
Sure, but many of these people are poor and need help now and can't wait that long.
I understand, but the people of this country have made it what it is, for themselves and their children, not to be a place where the whole world can come to take advantage of the things Americans have built.
Well, that is sort of selfish, isn't it?
Yes. Some of us are okay with being a little selfish. For those who do not like it, I suggest that they can take half of their income and send it out of the country, where it would support 4 or 5 families. Then these people could live comfortably in their homelands, among their friends, family and countrymen, with their own way of life, language and customs.
What make you think people would be willing to do that?
I do not think they will. Only those who are not hypocrites would, and that is not a very long line. Let's face it, the politicians do things for selfish reasons. Those who want open borders also want that for our selfish reasons.
Explain.
Well, the politicians make laws to restrict or encourage immigration, based on how they think it will play with the voters. They want to keep their jobs. That is selfish. Those who immigrate want a better life. That is selfish. Those who are here in the U.S. legally want to maintain a high standard of living, not have it dragged down by an influx of needy people. Selfish. Businesses want cheap labor. Selfish, or as some prefer to call it, good business. We have minimum wage laws that attracts people from countries who cannot make much at home. They come here and provide cheap labor, many of them for less than minimum wage. Yet companies, like in the construction industry, pay immigrants well above minimum wage for skilled labor, because it is worth it to them, and they have to outbid their competitors for the limited labor. However, a problem exists because so much of our immigrant workforce is unskilled, and there are not enough jobs to go around, leaving both illegal immigrants and U.S. citizens without jobs. Any way you look at it, it is all about money, and when there is not enough to go around, people turn to other things, illegal things to make a living.
What sort of things?
Well, stealing cars, kidnapping for ransom, selling and smuggling drugs. You know the sorts of things. Let me give an example.
Okay.
This man arrives at the Mexican border. We'll call him Jose. Jose comes on his bike with 2 huge bags over his shoulders. The guard stops him and asks, "What's in the bags?" "Senor, it's only sand," replies Jose. "Sand? Well, we'll just see about that. Get off the bike." The guard takes the bags, rips them open, empties them out and finds nothing in them except sand. Detaining Jose overnight, the sand is analyzed, but only to discover it is in fact simply sand. Jose is released, the sand is put into new bags and placed on his shoulders, and he is led across the border. Next day, same thing happens. The guard asks, "What you got there?" "Sand," says Jose. A thorough examination of the bags again shows there to be nothing but sand, and Jose is allowed to ride across the border. For a whole year this continues until one day Jose doesn't show up. The guard gets curious and during his lunch hour, goes to a cantina 500 feet from the border where he had seen Jose come out a few times before. Sure enough, the guard discovers him inside. "Hey, bud," said the guard, "I know you were smuggling something. For a year it's driven me crazy. It's all I can think about, I can't get sleep, the kids are getting neglected, even the dog senses I'm beginning to lose it. Between and me, just what are you smuggling?" Jose sips his cerveza, smiles and replies, "Bicycles. So you see, Andy, we have all sorts of problems to deal with."
Well, now that you have explained it, I can see why you would feel threatened that your whole way of life would be endangered by the import of 365 bicycles a year.
I knew I could make you understand.
Okay, you had better go make your withdrawal now.
Thank you, Andy, you are a real friend.
It must be difficult, being wrong all the time. Sometimes I just don't have the heart to tell him. While he is inside, I am going to go find some tacos and try some refried beans, fried joels I think they call them. Oh, and perhaps I will get some tortillas with melted cheese. What were they called? Crikey, I can't remember. Oh yes, I remember. Quesadillas. Bye for now.